it is a slap in the face, and it is a stab in the front to insinuate that I shouldn't have my kids because I'm always working. Like, I was working when you found me, sir. Okay. You only was looking at me and trying to holler because I'm a working ass bitch.
They met at work.
They met at work, okay? You met me at my place of employment. He was employed too at that place. But you came over to where I was employed at and was trying to holler, okay? Okay, but you knew who I was, okay, sir. Okay, sir? Like, I wasn't just no regular ass bitch.
I was wondering if I was about to hear regular ass bitch.
It was on the tip of my tongue, yes.
Pure and unadulterated. Every week we got you waiting. Candiace and Michael.
Child. The world is in shambles, okay? I'm trying to grow my edges back, and we are doing a podcast. Good evening. I'm Candiace.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all of those. Michael, it's nice to see you, Candiace. How you doing?
It's good to see you and be seen. Happy Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving.
Yes. How was yours?
Did we survive? Mine was, it was okay. It was fine. You know what? The holidays are either really good in my house, or it's like I am ready to call the police on my family. It's one or the other. It's like no in between. And it was a little bit of B this Thanksgiving. Like, family is crazy. Like, so we had some moments, we had some stuff, my therapist has a long list. She's going to hear from me heavily at our next session. But other than that, like we had a great dinner. And it's nice to be able to relax, and especially now that I have Jet, experience the holidays through his eyes and have him eat turkey and put on his Thanksgiving clothes and all of that jazz. But family is a mess. How was yours?
It was totally uneventful. I ended up doing exactly what folks didn't want, but it's fine. I was fine. I actually am. It's fine. I ended up talking to someone most of that day who really understands the position I'm in, so that's what made it fun. I'll be honest, I don't want to sound negative because I think this is going to be a complicated, difficult holiday season for me. It's not going to be exactly what I wanted, but it's fine in that, if you have that in mind, then you can actively do things that kind of just help you get through it. So, it turned out fine. I did have a moment where I just really missed my mom, and I didn't have that energy when my sister and niece called like I wanted, but their voices obviously made me happy. It's just still navigating. But I turned on The Family Business on BET Plus, which is ridiculous. It's a good way to detach. And then I watched the show Heat and Rivalry on HBO Max. It's have you heard of this already?
No.
So it is already very popular. It comes from a Canadian production company, but it's based on it's a gay hockey romance. It's written by a woman. Yes, it's based on a novel written by a woman, which apparently I didn't know this, but it tracks. A lot of women, obviously I knew they dominated the romance novel space, but they also dominate the a lot of gay porn. So it's a very sexual show, and I mean that in a good way. There's the there's the Matt Boomer show that was on Showtime. I'm messing up the title, but that was very sexual in a way that you normally don't see. But this was different in that they were really going at it. And there's one guy in particular. I just know his name is Connor. His ass is already very popular. Very, very popular. And he's from Texas, but he plays a Russian. I'm explaining this very poorly. But it was actually a very entertaining show. It's not just smut. It was actually just really interesting. And I'm happy for gay content because we normally don't get it. So maybe it helps.
Yeah.
And you could clearly tell it wasn't made in America because they let them be more
Mhm.
freer in a way that we don't normally get. So shout out to that show.
Yes.
But yeah, we finding stuff to watch and do. And I actually went outside to be active during the holiday. And I did go to a one of my friends' kids' party. So she just
Yes.
turned 5. So yeah, it's nice. I'm
Aw.
reminded I'm around people. I'm still loved. It's
That's
just complicated.
yeah. Yeah. I would think that you have to strike a balance between like spending time with people to just remind yourself that you're still a human and that you're still here.
Yeah.
And also just taking a moment away. Like you got to have some Michael time.
This is random, but you actually might like Heated Rivalry. If you ever have a minute, I'm curious to know what you would think. The white boy in particular, like I'm not an advocate of your Tamara tokens, but I have seen people say that they pull out their Tamara expresses for him. So I'm just curious of what the people will think.
And it's on what?
It's on HBO Max.
Okay. Do I have
Yeah.
HBO Max? My daddy. Shout out to my dad whose streaming services I steal. I don't think I pay for any. I think I pay for one streaming service. All the others are funded by Dr. Walter Dixon. So thank you,
I
Daddy.
know that's right. We save dollars everywhere we can.
Listen, and I like, and it's been that way since before I met Chris. Like even when Chris and I got married, I was on my dad's phone plan, and he was like, so since you're getting married, you want to just maybe get on your own phone plan. I said, no, why would I do that? For
Exactly.
what? What would be the reason? So to this day, I am still on my daddy's phone plan, and I dare any of you to say anything about it, because if anybody was paying your phone bill and it wasn't you, you too would be pleased. So I'm just gonna leave it until he says
you
no.
would like, so when my mom I have the same phone number since high school. So I got my plan under
College.
hers. Yeah, it was like the near end of high school, and I was like an authorized user, so I could like pay or whatever doing that. But like it had been under her name. It wasn't until she died I literally had to be like, give me the number.
Yeah.
She gone. But yes, you keep that number. He all right.
Listen, he's not going to, he going to kick me off? Why would he do that? I'm grandfather. It's been, 20 years? I'm grandfathered in. Leave well enough alone. So.
On a nice note, before we get to the leave well enough alone part.
Yes.
You have popped up on multiple feeds of mine, not the podcast or not you reading somebody, but you singing the legend. Actually, yeah, you chopping people up. I love that your performance that if you've been doing a tour, like your tribute to Toni. He wasn't man enough.
Yes.
How did I see it? It was actually somebody dragging Ashley in a quote. And then I went in.
So terrible. It's so bad. The number of people that so that performance is not very old, but it's old. It's from like 2023.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen that before.
Yeah. So it's resurfaced. Somebody, I forget the guy's name, on TikTok reposted it from, I guess he was at the show. And all I see on my timeline as I'm being tagged is people dragging that poor girl. I don't like it. It's not nice.
Well, this is nice of you.
I mean, it's one thing if I talk about her because it's me talking about her. And I have reason to feel I have been personally victimized, to quote Mean Girls, by Regina George. No, I've been personally victimized by Ashley Darby. Like she has tried her damnedest to just terrorize me. So I feel like I'm within my rights to respond. And I do in kind, like I only when required. But the way that people have been dragging her and talking about her and her singing or whatever it is, like I just
or whatever it is. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like I can say whatever about her because 100 times out of 100, she started it. But people are just the way they are dragging her. And it's almost like I'm trying to like understand the psychology behind why she continues down this road. Because one thing I know is that all the women on these shows look at the comments. They see what is being said about them. I know that Ashley sees what people are saying about her singing. Like, and you still do it. You still continue to sing.
I'm in my pain.
I don't understand. I
don't either.
It is literally like boggles my mind. And if I was putting on my honorary PhD, my hat of psychology, I had two theories. One was that, you know, maybe she is, you know, my absence liberates people, you know? Perhaps she's always had this burning, burgeoning thing in her sternum that made her feel like, oh, I want to sing, but I can't sing because there's already a singer. And now that I'm not there, maybe she's like, I need to burst out of my shell and just go do this thing that I've been burning to do. And I also thought that maybe this is a result of her like feeling liberated from the chains of her ex-husband, because my God, the chains. And she's now set free. She's now set free. And maybe like this is like a way for her to be like, he would have never let me do this, or he would have never like approved of or supported this. So now that I'm free, I'm just going to do everything that he would never approve of. And I'm going to do it loudly. Even if it is terrible, I'm still going to do it. And that's where I am with it. But, you know, it takes a level of bravery to continue to do what you're doing in spite of the criticism, because it is loud. And it's like, as a singer and someone who really is very hard on myself and critical of myself and every note that comes out of my mouth, and like I know when I'm flat, I know when I'm sharp, I know when I'm pitchy. Every note that comes out, I know if it's pitchy. If every note that came out was pitchy, I would quit. So the fact that she is still going, great. So people like using, I don't like when people put other people down to praise me, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can praise me and not drag someone else. Like I don't want that praise. If you think I sound good, then just say, yes, girl, you sound great. And I receive that. Thank you. But to be like, yeah, you sound great, and Ashley sounds like a dead cat. And it's like, perhaps. But why did you need to say that? Like,
Cliff.
You know,
this is actually nice of you, sort of. For Ashley.
I don't ever delight in like public floggings. I don't like it. Even when it's people that I really don't like. Like even the people that I really like hate the most, I will drag you to the ends of the earth around my kitchen table because fuck you, bitch. But I don't like public floggings. And especially when it's like you're publicly flogging someone while trying to praise me. It doesn't feel good. It's like I can't be happy that you're praising me because you're putting someone else down. Even if that person is terrible. And, you know, but like, I don't like it. So all that to say, I really do appreciate all of the love that I got on my Toni Braxton cover. That is a song I've covered on every show, both of my tours. That was, I think, 2023 when I had the pleasure of opening for Toni Braxton. I think I did like 5 cities with her. And, you know, Tamar is also a polarizing figure, and people either love her or hate her. I love Tamar. Tamar is a girl's girl. She's a sisterly person. She's always been super duper kind to me. And, you know, giving me a piece of her stage when she could ask anybody to open for her, is a big deal for, for me personally, for my career. And then I was also like terrified. Like, I was like, should I take this song out of my set? Like, I don't want to sing a Toni song at Tamar's show. Like, is it weird? Am I being like, is it weird? I just felt like it was weird. But my team was like, girl, you crazy? Leave it in there. And, because the crowd is there to see Tamar. They're obviously probably fans of all the Braxtons. And the song, everybody knows the song. It's a great like crowd pleaser, influencer. And that part is my favorite part. I always do it pretty well. And I love the choreography there is great. And I will also, let me say this too, because I saw people saying like, oh, they were tagging, what's Travis Kelce's, no, I'm sorry. What is the girl that dated Travis Kelce? What is her name? Kayla Nicole. Yes.
Okay.
Justice for her, because I have a lot of thoughts on white men that date black women and marry white women. Anyway, people were saying, oh, Kayla, look at your influence. No.
No. I mean,
no.
Toni Braxton's the influence.
Toni's the influence. I was doing this song. This was my cover. This has been my cover for at 5 years, since Deep Space. Since I started like touring Deep Space, which will be 5 years old next June, I've been doing this song and doing that choreo. So shout out to Kayla Nicole. She killed her Halloween moment, but Candiace was doing it already.
Oh, Candiace is an artist. You are a daughter of the Braxtons, so I love that you do it. I think when we start doing more Toni Braxton tributes, I'm serious, you should be in the conversation. I think it's like a great cover. Tamar is going through some mess, right? I saw on my socials right before I came on here, but I wanted to know her EP that just came out. Tricky Stewart did a lot of it. It's actually quite great. Not actually. I mean, she has great music, but she sounds really good on it. And if you know Tamar's first album that she normally ignores, Tricky Stewart produced a lot of it. So it's nice to hear. And what you and Tamar have in common is that you know how to honor a legend like Toni Braxton. Well, I won't dump on Ashley. I'll just say I think Roberta Flack and Aaliyah have been through enough, and I personally would remove those songs from my catalog. But it is brave of her. She does take a lot of joy in that. But I will say, at least Ashley might be off key, but her soul ain't off the way. Who I normally love, but Muni Long, what are we doing? Because like you, me, Tamar, we don't play about Mariah Carey.
Okay. I want to believe that she thought this through, and in her mind, it made sense to her. It must have. And as an artist, you have a lot of ideas, and it is your job as the artist to like push your ideas. But then that's where teams come in, right? And when you have a team, or get your team to help you out, quoting the ancient African proverb that is Nene Leakes. The team is there to route and shift and pivot the ideas as they are coming out of you. And I'm just wondering, like, there was no one on her team that was like, abort mission. This is probably not a good idea.
Not to be offensive, but my immediate thought when I saw it was like, is she on a spectrum or something? Like, how would she think that's okay? And forgive me, like, if you are, like, but no, really, she said that she loves Mariah Carey. Okay, you love Mariah Carey, and you do a video with Mariah Carey looking, and there's nothing wrong with being overweight. I'm just I want to put that out there for real. But the way she looked,
it was shade. It was
Mariah
shade.
Carey would not like that. You had her looking like that, and then what's also annoying to me is that this is all in response to essentially a misquote in a Billboard interview where the whole viral thing where Muni Long did the tribute to Mariah, which honestly people were giving a hard time, but that's a difficult song to sing. And Muni Long sounded really good, and her arrangement fit her voice. Nobody's Mariah Carey, but she did a good job, and Mariah said as much. When she did a follow-up interview, I think the use of the word cover is what tricked Mariah up, because there's a tribute performance and then there's a cover. You are wordsmith, words mean things. So she was responding to that, and you could tell it was like cover. I just don't like when people cover my songs. I think it was just, like a miscommunication because, and I only bring it up because Money brings it up in the video of the parody.
Right. With the
And
wink.
then she says, "How dare you think I would talk about Mariah? It's Mariah." And then she posts all those posts. Mariah is not happy. It's also, you don't come from Mariah Carey. What's wrong with you? And then why would you do that at the start of Christmas?
But you know what? Maybe she was like, she's of the school of thought that all press is good press. And
ask
she
Carrie Hilson about that.
Oh, Carrie.
She did that to herself, Carrie Hilson, but go on.
Yeah. Okay. I digress. But no, maybe she thought, okay, this is Mariah's season. She's about to be getting all of this press and she's getting all these streams and everybody's talking about Mariah because it's Christmas season. Let me put this out now so I can kind of like get on the caboose of her train and maybe use it to parlay myself into something. I'm just trying to help her out.
No, I appreciate. Good luck, girl. Because the thought to me, okay, somebody reminded me. She's the one said that her biggest fan base is like in Asia and Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Mariah Carey land?
Mm-hmm.
But like the lambs are gonna get you.
But the lambs are not. At least the lambs, they most of them went to college. Many of them have advanced degrees. We're not talking about like the Barbs. Hey y'all, I ain't scared of y'all. But like there are certain fan bases that it's like, okay, we can spar. And then there are others that are like, okay, this is a low vibrational plate. I'm not interested. So like a lamb is not about to like send, a dead rat to your house. A barb might.
A bar might be good for a bomb threat, but a lamb might be working in some really high positions that I don't think it'll get that petty. But it's just I enjoy Muni Long. I think Hours and Hours is a fantastic song. I think Public Displays of Affection. Is that that album is really strong.
And her career is amazing. Like she's an artist's dream. Like her story coming from songwriting and like changing up her whole vibe and rebranding herself and coming out. I love her story.
Yeah, but I was gonna say she looked like Angela Oakley Jr., but it's just not gonna work. I'm just like, you don't come from Mariah. It wasn't a good idea. You are the new Carrie Hilson. Good luck with that. I'll keep singing This Ain't No R&B chick when I'm in the gym sometimes, but no, don't come from Mariah.
She's going through it right now, so we need to send her some love.
Yes, because she get better Muni Long. Yes. She is officially off the Monica and Brandy tour. I believe due to illness. I think I mentioned I saw her briefly. She sounded good, but you could tell she was recovering from pneumonia, and she has lupus, so that's an added layer. So I truly wish her good health. Yes. But the Mariah thing, girl, I don't know why you did that. You were lied to. Your team should have told you no. I would personally just apologize to Mariah Carey and pretend that never happened. But if not, you got it. Good luck. But I don't see that happening. And book Candiace. Book artists who know how to be respectful.
Book me. Yes.
To the legends.
Speaking of booking me, Kandi Burruss can book me too. She could book me for anything. She could book me for I'll write a song. She could book me to be with her on Broadway. Love me some Kandi. Kandi's going through it right now. Pretty heavily. We found out recently that she filed for divorce from her husband Todd Tucker of 11 years, right? 11 years.
11 years.
There had been rumors, veiled rumors about this some years ago, but there are always rumors about people breaking up. And I'm a Kandi stan. I love Kandi, and I'm a Kandi and Todd fan. I've always loved them. I've loved their story. I've loved them together. Chris and I have hung out with them, and they're wonderful people together. So this really like rocked me and disturbed me and hurt me. And the latest news that has come out is really like upsetting me and my homegirls. I am me and also my homegirls. I'm all of us. We are upset. According to page 6, Todd is requesting primary custody of their 2 children, Ace and Blaze. Ace is 9, I believe. Blaze is 5 or 6. He's also, so there was an article that was saying that he was asking for like all of these other things. But apparently he was saying that if it doesn't go the way he wants it to go, he will seek primary physical custody, joint legal custody, and final decision-making authority. But that's like an if. He's hoping that they can cooperate and figure out a way to make it work. He's also asking to challenge their prenup. And this is where I'm going to squint my eyes.
All I hear is Mama Joyce's voice.
He's saying that he was under pressure when he signed it, allegedly, according to the article. Out of respect for Kandi, I'm not going to drag her husband. He's still her husband and the father of her children. But what I will say is divorce is when you find out who you really married.
I've heard that from people.
And that is why prenups and even postnups, you can also do a postnup, are important. It's not about how much or how little you love, how much or how little you respect. It's not about planning for the end. It's about protecting yourself, because who you marry in the beginning, you don't know what. They were together for 11 years or 11 years plus. And people are not the same. Who you are when you get married is not who you will be at the end of a marriage or at the end of your lives together. It's human nature to change. And sometimes that change can grow you in directions that are not, going in the same way. And sometimes it can bring up character issues. And I'm disappointed. It's disappointing if all of what is being said is true. Because I believe that Kandi really married for love and wanted to, have a happily ever after. And I think they probably did have that for a long time. And we don't know what happened. There's a lot of things going around, a lot of rumors, and I rebuke all of them. And I think a lot of it is weird and gross. And we may never know, and it's not our business. But if he's really asking to challenge the prenup.
Yeah. I'm a big Kandi fan. Escapes Feels So Good album alone makes me a lifelong fan. I like them together. They seem like a really happy couple. They complimented each other. But I did notice a few things. It's never a good sign when a celebrity of that level does a people exclusive Friday evening, right before the weekend goes out.
Right.
And it's a joint statement with technically only one person commenting. So that let me know, I'm like, oh, what did he do? Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
And then she herself said on Speak on It that she was going through it, which made me sad for her.
She looked really sad.
She did look really sad. So I just wish her nothing but peace and whatever going through this. And I liked that the Thanksgiving photos, they were like all together, still being a family, which is good for the kids and all that. And then on Monday morning, we get an exclusive to Us Weekly from Todd's camp talking about challenging the prenup and potentially seeking primary custody, which, I mean, I guess on a celebrity angle, good for you, Todd, with the Us Weekly thing. But also, I kind of get the sense of like, yeah, they're doing their best to like be good for the family, like in the Instagram post and whatever. But then these kind of PR things kind of speak to something else. Just alone the, how can I put it? I wish Kandi nothing but the best. I don't want to say nothing too bad either. Out of respect, of course, respect for you too. But it's not great in general that even if he felt that way about primary custody, because if my understanding is like, because she works so much and he was saying she's not, I'm paraphrasing, but that.
Which is unfair. Yes.
It's one thing to maybe privately deal with that,
Right.
kind of putting out a statement.
Right.
Because if I'm not mistaken, when Kandi put out the People thing, it was saying joint custody, joint this, and the prenup. And so this is a very deliberate.
We. Yes.
Yeah, this is a very deliberate, like, no. And so it makes me think the divorce is about to get a little ugly. I hope
like
not. But yeah, I don't love the challenge in the prenup. It literally Mama Joyce's voice. Yeah, not great. Not great.
Listen, I like if I were to the only housewife that I would like measure myself up against would be Kandi Burruss. No shade to the rest of y'all. I don't want y'all's lives. I don't want to be like the rest of you all. Many of Kandi's paths, much of her trajectory, I admire, I respect, I look at as inspiration for myself. And as a new mom who is also a wife, who has businesses and drive and an overachiever's spirit and is always doing more than I need to, it is a slap in the face and it is a stab in the front to insinuate that I shouldn't have my kids because I'm always working. Like, I was working when you found me, sir. Okay. You only was looking at me and trying to holler because I'm a working ass bitch.
They met at work.
They met at work, okay? You met me at my place of employment. He was employed too at that place. But you came over to where I was employed at and was trying to holler, okay? Or maybe it was, I don't know if they were hollering. I don't know what the holler was, but people was hollering at people. Okay, but you knew who I was. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Like I wasn't just no regular ass bitch. Like I was Kandi Burruss.
I was wondering if I was about to hear regular ass bitch.
It was on the tip of my tongue. Yes. Kandi, and she's not no regular ass bitch, okay? And she never has been, okay?
She's worldwide.
So, okay? She's worldwide. Truly. And so I don't like the tone behind the statement. I should have joint custody because the kids are with me anyway, because she's always working. I don't like the tone because yes, Kandi is kicking ass and slaying dragons on Broadway. She's doing Aunt Juliet on Broadway right now. For those of you that don't know, please support. I will be planning on supporting as well. And she's in New York. And I have aspirations to be on Broadway. And what keeps me up at night is thinking about how I will take care of my son. Where will he live? What will he do? And it's easier for me, God willing, if I'm able to make it to Broadway before he's 5, because he's not in school. Kandi and Todd's kids are in school, so they can't come with her unless it's summer. They have to be home because you have to maintain a routine for children. And Kandi she's always worked and followed her dreams and gone above and beyond to provide for her family and accomplish her goals. And so to set out this idea that, well, she's not with them anyway because she's working. Yeah. Yes, I'm working so that all of you can live in this lifestyle that you have become accustomed to. And it's a slap in the face to working moms who have the audacity to dream everywhere. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, when I saw the wording, I imagined that was gonna understandably piss off a lot of women. Honestly, I hope it doesn't seem amicable anymore. I hope whatever resolution they reach in the dissolution of their marriage is doesn't lead to like a press off with the, because it just feels nasty. So I really just wish Kandi peace, because I can't. A divorce is hard enough. I can't imagine a custody battle and potentially fighting over assets. That seems like, and they've built a lot of stuff together as well. So it's like
and their prenup states that anything that they built together, they will split. The prenups are black and white. Chris and I have a prenup. Our prenup is actually very similar to the wording of theirs, from what I have read of theirs. What we had when we came into the marriage, we keep. Mm-hmm. What we build together in the marriage, we split. This is black and white. You can't have none of my shit that I got before you. And Kandi has a lot to protect before. And what we built together, we'll split. Cool. It's that's simple. And Georgia, and don't ask me how I know this, but Georgia has a pretty black and white divorce rule. It is pretty much like, if you got it in the marriage, it's considered marital property and you have to split it. So we're not only abiding by a prenup, but also by Georgia divorce law. So please don't act like you have pearls to clutch and you are a victim all of a sudden. Just take what you came in here with and go quietly into the night.
Yeah. I wish you well, Kandi. And we want the family to be amicable, because as we also see on social media, a lot of families get real nasty and stop talking to each other, which is, you wanted to talk about this, and I ended up watching the Oprah podcast that is everywhere. It has like millions of views and counting on YouTube alone. It is about the no contact. Now, they describe it as a trend, which is what kind of riled up a lot of people, I noticed in the comments, because they used the word trend. But it's not, because it's not technically a new thing. But I got the point of what they're trying to say. Like, there's over, as they explain in the show, there's over like 1 million posts about people going no contact with their families for whatever reason. The script that they used was toxic relationships and forms of abuse, which as they kind of explained in the episode, different doctors, has a really expansive use now, the terms toxic and what it constitutes abuse and whether or not it's right or wrong. I watched it. It was it was a very vintage Oprah. On a side note, like, it's just interesting watching Oprah at 70 still be like a black woman, because she like, it's still Oprah, but she's also like, what? Okay, now what's the question, baby? Oh, really? Like, it's just those little things are funny.
Yeah, that is vintage Oprah. She wants to be Oprah Winfrey, like remember the old theme song? Dun, 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 dun,
oh, that one, because all I remember is run on. I believe I can run on. That is my shit. I don't know why she took that off.
Who was making fun of her? Oh, it was Whitney. Wasn't it Whitney that was making fun of her?
Whitney did try a little bit.
God bless Whitney.
And she couldn't do nothing but laugh. So when I watched it, okay, I'll just say this. I've written about this in my first book. Not no contact. I just remembered in terms of potentially not being accepted about my sexuality, that being a thought, because that's a thing that happens for a lot of people. It never got like that for me. I think there was only maybe a brief period, very brief, that was upset about the book. But I will say one thing about my mom and I is that we never stop. A disagreement doesn't, I mean, every case is different. I'll just say one thing I love about my mom is that we never stop trying to find each other and we never stop trying to reach each other. And I just remember her once telling me, "You care too much about what I think anyway." So I think literally when she's saying that, I was obsessed with my mom. So I was never going to let my mom go. Having said that, I understand in general why some people might not be able to have contact with their family members. So I want to be really open to some people. Like true forms of abuse have been really terrible. I know many people that have, not many, but enough people that have dealt with those situations, and I understand. The only caveat I have is like while watching it and listening to a lot of people, I actually found myself agreeing with. I'm gonna look. We're trying to remember exactly what he said because when one of the doctors said, I was like, "That's exactly my issue." It's essentially a lot of people say they're protecting their mental health. And estrangement has been exacerbated by social media, which is the trend part. But it's this thing where a lot of people depict what I sometimes think find self-centered, selfish acts as like virtuous. And that was my only issue about the use of the word toxic, because when some of the and again, I'm not living in their experiences, so I'm not questioning it's not right or wrong, whatever. But some of the people who are explaining why they no longer talk to whomever in their family, it sounded like a lot of therapy speak, wrapped up in some stuff that I'm like, you're gonna take. I don't know. It didn't seem that deep, but it wasn't my like many of those examples I understood exactly. I'm like, this person is violent towards you. This person has threatened you. This person has tried to sabotage your marriage.
Yeah.
This person literally kind of hates you. So I understand having like limitations. Other people talking, I'm like, you don't seem to have really good conflict resolution skills. And as a millennial, I also think, I don't hate to generalize, but like I will say, not just in this instance, but in others, a lot of people are judging different generations or even different people in their lives under metrics that are still relatively new. Particularly because of social media and the influx of therapy speak, more people having therapy, all these different things. There's a lot of generational changes happening really rapidly just within us. So sometimes I think people, and I've heard this in like my daily life, people talk about their parents or family or whomever, and they are quick to cut people off because they say it's like my mental health.
Yes.
When sometimes I'm like, is that your real mental health or are you just avoiding it? You know?
Yeah. Yes. I struggled with the entire topic. And this was actually first sent to me by a really good friend of mine who is very privy to the woes of my parental relationships. And I struggle with this. I'll use me, my sister as an example. So I'm a family person. I am like I'm my mom's daughter. Like I am her girl. And we have, as many of you may have seen, if you've ever watched me on Potomac, we have had our waves of tumult over the years. I will say that it's gotten a lot better, I think, in the last few years, and certainly since I had my son. But like, child, even when I was talking about Thanksgiving, that was part of it. Like we got into it over Thanksgiving. I'm burping because I drank a high noon. They didn't pay me to say that, but that's what I had to drink.
But y'all can pay her. We're always looking for advertising.
But you can. Listen. Okay? That's me swishing my drink.
I hate to hear that y'all got into it, but the holidays tend to bring that out.
The holidays are triggering for a lot of people. I love the holiday season, and ain't nobody gonna take my shine at the holidays. We could be in a fight. I'm gonna go in the other room and bake a cookie, and I'm gonna be just fine. I'm gonna like rearrange my Christmas tree before you let me like take me out of the holiday spirit. But like, we will have like the worst arguments, the worst fights. And I will go away for a little while, but then we always kind of like would find our ways back to being okay. Not because there was much, if any, resolution, but because usually she just acts like it didn't happen and I will just follow suit, which is not healthy. My sister, on the other hand, is like, nope, I'm not talking to her. I'm establishing a boundary and I'm not going to speak to her. And she would not speak to my mom for like a long time. And I would be like, how are you able to do this? Like, I don't know if it's like first child syndrome where I'm like, and my mom and I were together. It was just my mom and I for like a decade. My dad and my mom got divorced when I was like 2. And it was just my mom and I living in Biloxi. And then she got remarried to my stepdad and we moved to Maryland. And it was just me and her and just before I had any siblings. And I don't know if maybe it's that like we have like this special bond, this special thing. I don't know. But like, I just could never do that. Then I tried it once and I was like, you know what? I mean, I am just going to like not speak to my mother for as long as I can. Like, let's start with a week. And part of it was cleansing. Part of it was like, it feels good to not have to defend or argue or rehash things. And then when we finally did speak, it just kind of went back to like nothing happened. And I think I think that is like a boomer thing. Like they don't address shit. They don't talk about.
It's how they were
nothing.
raised, which
That's
actually came up in the episode. Like you're judging. They're only going by what they know.
Yep. And that's what I had to learn. And that is what I try to just impart on my sister, because she gets very triggered by that style of quote unquote conflict resolution. We're not resolving anything. And for years, I was like that. For years, I was like, no, we need to talk about this. And you need to acknowledge that you hurt my feelings. And there needs to be a resolution to this. And I guess I'm mature. I guess like the closer I am to 40, honestly, the closer I am to 40, the more I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. You are going to be who you are. And you are a lot of adjectives that you may or may not know, but I know. And this is also me being in therapy, learning to control what I can't control. Mm-hmm. But also like, there is a value system attached to that for me. And I think that everything that you do in your life should be attached to your system of values. And that is your moral compass. That's how you make decisions. And for me, part of my value system is family first. Part of my value system is you don't abandon or delete your family. And that is triggering to a lot of people, because there are a lot of people who are like, nah, my so-and-so was an abuser, abused me, or was verbally abusive, physically abusive. And to those people, I can't speak to your situation because I'm not there. And I'm not telling you how to be or erasing your experience. I'm holding space for you because I know people like you who have been in truly like traumatic experiences, like life-altering, DNA-altering experiences with loved ones. But for me, even with the dysfunction, and we have some, it's still, my compass is attached to family. And no matter what, you figure it out. And if figuring it out means that I can't talk to you for a couple of days, or I can't talk to you after 7:30 p.m., then that's how we work that out. But to just completely cut off your, especially like a mother or a father, or like even my siblings, like there's a core for me. But even
Right.
like my cousins, like I'm really close to a lot of my cousins. Like I just feel like there's a certain, I feel like I would have to answer for that when I got to the gate. Like, why you cut your mama off? Like, I just don't, and this is just me. I'm not condemning people who cut off their mamas. For me, the conviction is too strong. Like I could not do that. And my mom and I have been in some situations, like verbal situations and situations. Some of them you are privy to, stuff has happened. But I could not cut off a parent or a loved one. That is just, it's not in me. I would not long term be able to sustain.
Yeah, I mean, I will say some cousins, some aunties. I mean, talking about one specific, I don't really deal with them, but I didn't know them in that same way, so I get it. I brought up my mom because my mom was my center, but my dad actually, if you read my books, that's an interesting, complicated person. Was angry, some alcoholism. I would like to your point, and it's actually something they said in the show. Again, I understand if you've been in abusive situations, you feel like you have to make certain choices. And I'm also mindful again that abusive isn't a widening term. I would caution being of how widening to allow it, but that's neither here nor there. I tell my dad, like, I stopped expecting him to respond in ways that I know he's not capable of responding. He's never going to be able to acknowledge what happened to him. Like, and also I know why he can't because of what happened to him.
Yes.
And a lot of times you just accept people, you just meet people where they are. And if you can only take so much, then you deal with them how much as you can, to your point. Like maybe not after 7:30, maybe something. I don't know about completely cut off, because I just think Oprah actually said this in a way that I felt was a little flippant. Like, our community always say you only have one mother. And kind of like that's a way to hold you captive is how she used it. And that part I was like, look, I love Oprah. She spoke at my graduation. Testament to, if you graduate a year late, maybe it might work out for you, because Smokey Robinson spoke for the Cavs in 2006 and he in trouble right now. Having said that, much as I love Oprah, please be mindful of the shit people are feeding you, because not to be all conspiratorial, but like she is jumping on a topic, but social media is designed to keep you wired and further isolates you and encourages this type of behavior that will make you lonelier because it'll have you addicted to these stuff more. Again, tech companies, you can throw money at us too, but it is what it is. Y'all know what y'all do. Y'all have studies. So just be mindful of that. And also, Oprah has given us a lot of great things, but she also gave us Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil. And while Mama Odie does have some advice in some of her books, Ayanla leans to the man in a lot of her stuff. So there's a lot of damaging sometimes info out there. Having said that, I think Oprah gave a very fair, wide spectrum of views. But I could imagine some people leaving that episode feeling like, oh, maybe I should dabble. At least you'll get some warnings, but it did feel encouraging. And I just caution. It's not even about you only get one mother. I just think, for the record, most people can't even afford to get away from their family if they tried. But there are ways to, I think, keep some type of relationship and keep your sanity. And if you feel like you can't, do what you have to do. But I would, again, all of my complicated family history and all of that, you only have one family.
Yeah.
You learn a lot as you get older who truly has your back. I just can't throw people away in that way. But again, I respect the people who have to do what they have to do. But remember, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, and even though Ayanla has a few good books, Mama Odie has sent you down some damaging roads too. So just don't take that free TV. On that note, Speaking of unsolicited advice.
Listen, right. Nobody asked Oprah, child, but she told us, and nobody asked us. So my nobody asked me, but is interesting. So nobody asked me, but these bloggers are going to learn one way or the other to stop playing reindeer games with these celebrities, because you're going to keep having to pay out money that you don't have, that you ain't never gonna have, if you keep telling these lies and these fairy tales and these fallacies and these stories. So I'm speaking about specifically Megan Thee Stallion. She recently won a defamation suit against a blogger. I'm reading this from NBC News. The rapper Milagro Grams was accused of being a, quote, mouthpiece and a puppet and, quote, a paid surrogate for Tory Lanez, who shot Megan in July of 2020. So originally the judgment was for like $75,000, and then I think it was dropped down. The jurors awarded her $75K, and then the judge dropped it down to like $60K, $59,000. And she's probably not ever going to see a dime of that, because I don't know Milagro so-and-so. I don't know what's going on in their pockets, but they don't have that money. Like just like what's old bald head scallywag? What's her name?
Tasha K.
Tasha K. Tasha K doesn't have $4 million or whatever that judgment was that was levied against her for lying on Cardi B. But Cardi is America's hero. Like for the people,
Yes,
listen, for the people, Cardi set a precedent. And I do believe that the likes of Megan Thee Stallion were able to seek her judgment because of the example that Cardi set. And as someone who is on a smaller scale, but still someone who has dealt with bloggers who have made it their business to lie, I have had to go to court. My husband's had to go to court over lies that have been told about one or both of us. It's sick. It's sick. And you all need to wash your bed sheets and get a job. Get a job that does not require you to denigrate people that you watch on TV or people whose music you're listening to while sitting in said dirty bed sheets. Just it's a sickness. And I hope that, whatever old sweatsuit that you paid $3 for, there's a lien put on it. Whatever her name is, Milagro, for this $59,000, and that you are in debt for the rest of your life because play stupid games.
That was actually my nobody asked me. I didn't ask. We was on the same wave. Go Meg.
Go Meg.
I'm not usually a fan of suing people, but in this case, no, if you want to be media, like at least urban blogs, like particularly with Milagro, like she posted a fake sex video of Meg, which is insane, and she helped that mongrel terrorize her even further after shooting her, and there are still people literally thinking it's not true. So you already said what needs to be said. I just would like to add, fuck Tory Lanez. He will not be free. He's going to stay in jail, and then they're going to deport him back to Canada where he belongs, because he was never that talented. Y'all just hate women. We love you, Meg.
We love you, Meg. And thank you, Clay Thompson, for picking up the slack and treating our girl the way that she deserves to be treated. I love everything I'm seeing.
That's nice. And y'all quit arguing about what she cooked for him or what she did. Like, y'all are miserable. Leave them. Let her be happy.
I have a shirt on CandiaceTaylor.com that says "Mind Your Business Today." I think it's $49, maybe $39. Go get one, because y'all are mad.
And go buy a book from me. Merry Christmas.
Reading is fundamental. Support Black business.
All right.
Okay? Anywho, this was fun.
This was fun.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. As always, may your life be soft. May your boundaries be strong. And may your group chat stay private. See you next time on Undomesticated.
Y'all, bye.
Bye.
Milagro don't have no money.
Not a dime. Not one dime. In debt for the rest of your life. And that's what you get. Undomesticated is presented by Odyssey and Agenda Management and Production. Our executive producers are Brandon Sharp from Agenda Management and Production and Corinne Gilliard-Fisher. Our executive producer from Odyssey is Leah Reese-Dennis. Miguel Contreras is our senior producer. Michael Arsenault and Candiace Dillard-Bassett are our producers. Sound design, video production, and engineering by Miguel Contreras. Booking by Jillian McEwen. Original music by Candiace Dillard-Bassett, Nairi Davidson, and Donald Hazel Sales. Special thanks to Nairi Davidson, Maura Curran, Josefina Francis, Hillary Schuff, Eric Donnelly, Kate Hutchinson Rose, Lauren Lombardi, David Gannon, Kurt Courtney, and Lauren Vieira.
It's a lot of names.